Yo, GM, everybody. Hope you're doing all right. Happy Monday morning. I hope you don't have a case of the Mondays. I don't. I'm in a great mood. Obviously, it was a wild and crazy weekend here in the U.S., but nonetheless, still had a good time yesterday with the fam, relaxing. Had a very, very chill Sunday, and I hope y'all did too. But it's Monday now. Markets are pumping. Holy smokes. What's up? GM, everybody. Make sure that if you guys are, I see that I'm going to look at the numbers here. As we normally see it, the X is carrying the bulk of our viewership. So if you guys are checking us out on X, go ahead and hit the heart. That's what I like to say. Hit that heart. Repost the video and tag some friends. Bring some more people along. Remember, you always want to be tagging your normie friends. We're like probably the most normal people you could imagine in crypto, I would assume. That's my opinion. And I would think that y'all agree that we are the normal people. We're normal. We're not like the nerds. Some of y'all might be. But go ahead and hit that heart. Repost it out. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and smash the like, as you know. I think we've got the loyals over there. And if you guys are in the chat, what's up? I see Ellie, GM, Ellie. Hope you're feeling all right. Hope you had a great weekend. And Dridism, what up, GM fam? All right, let's get the chat rolling. Let's get the likes rolling. Let's get the people come on up to the stage here, guys. If you are in the space, please come up and chat with us. That's the whole point. We are a show for the community by the community. That's like probably the oldest little tagline that I've had for this show is show for the community by the community. But what's up, everybody?
Consistency matters.
Welcome all the beautiful people. What a gorgeous day, right? Hey, did anybody on their list have the bull run will start after attempted assassination of Trump?
No,
I didn't have that on my 2024 list of things to watch out for.
Now here's the thing. We didn't have the parlay. If somebody had the parlay, good on them. I did not have the parlay. I did have the bull run on my bingo card, so I think I got.
But that was.
I'm telling you, hit that parlay though. Dude, those people that were on that Trump, if you had like the Trump token, like that fucker ripped this weekend. Golly.
Yeah, 13 and a half years in crypto. I did not have that on the list of what will trigger the. Jesus Christ, man! What a weekend! Might have been slow for some, but geez Louise, that is something, man. What a crazy time we live in.
I know, right? Like the political heat is so hot that shit like that's happening. But at the end of the day, we can all thank whoever we thank that obviously, Trump did not lose his life. There was the gentleman in the background who shielded his daughter, true hero. I believe he was a fire chief or a fire commander or something.
That's right. I think it was a chief in city of Buffalo or
somewhere near Buffalo. Yeah. So obviously your heart breaks for the family, any of the victims there. I believe some other people were injured. But I'll tell you what, like that's a craziness. I don't really know if we want to. Should we get into the conspiracies of it today or no? Is that?
I don't know if I want to go down that rabbit hole.
I know.
Yeah, it's tough, right? It's one of those things where like it happened and obviously it's super shitty and we're like an international space where it's like we can obviously it happened and we can talk about the facts of what we kind of know, but we also just like it's helped crypto. Who knows? Maybe we'll get to interview him in Nashville in a couple weeks. Could be a big thing for us, Jay.
Hey, you never know.
Something negative happened and it's positive for crypto. Go figure, right? But that's welcome to this world, right?
It's always strange how like these geopolitical events, like crazy things that happen in the world, like somehow they positively affect crypto, which it's a strange phenomenon.
Because crypto is not based upon fundamentals; it's based upon emotion. See, most other stocks and everything in the world, it's all based upon fundamentals, right? If you're Apple. You have to sell your product, your iPhone, your MacBooks, everything's got to be top tier. It's got to be outselling Samsung, right? And then they get their return back saying, hey, our sales are up, 3%, 5%, and then the stock goes up based upon, the fundamentals. Crypto is just like, what do you want to feel today? I don't know. The Fed rate may be lowering or maybe raising. We need to dump this, and it's just, it's all emotional. So you have an event like that where people feel it's positive for crypto, right? That Trump's, definitely pro crypto over the other side. Then it's going to, and it looks like, when everybody says, hey, he's got 70% approval now, like, the odds are like 70% chance that he's going to become, president. Then, well, of course, crypto starts pumping. And then, then the degens and the Jeets come in, right? And then they'll start, as soon as it goes up, they're going to start shorting it. So then it goes down. So it looks like it's negative. And then when it goes down and everybody's sad and they sell their tokens, they come in and buy, it's just the same cyclical cycle.
Over and over is just round round. We just do the same thing over and over. Hopefully at some point that will go away, but you are right.
I don't know if it'll ever go away because you'd have to get rid of the people in order for it to go away, because it's the people that are investing. So I mean, that's the double-edged sword, right? That's what keeps the excitement going. Because if it was just the same thing, like trending like a stock, Bitcoin's up 3% this year. What fun is that, right?
No one cares about that.
What's Bitcoin? 72,000. A week later, where's it at? 55. We're headed to 30. And then a week later, it's at 50. Oh, we're 80. We're going to 1 million, right? Then it hits 100,000. It goes right back down to 50. Everybody, is pissed, and it just shakes everybody out as the big old financial institutions capitalize.
And you're right; it is all emotion, right? You play off the highs and the lows of the hopium and the depression of the price swings and stuff. It's a great observation to think that crypto is predominantly controlled by emotion. If you think about it.
Oh, I know, especially as a leader of a cryptocurrency. As a founder, I deal with it every day. It's like our price goes up, it goes down. A bot comes in, buys $10,000 worth of tokens. Okay, makes some money, makes a couple $100, sells, and then we lose, 2, 3, 4, 5 members because it's going down, and they have no idea that a bot's just playing an algorithm. Then the bot comes back in again, buys, everybody's like, we're going back up. It's just like that's why you have to have your eyes on the prize in a cryptocurrency. I mean, any type of investment, you got to be an investor, man. If you're a DJ and you want to play it, then play it, right? Flip it, get your money out, do your thing. But again, the emotional type of stuff is, most people just got to step away. I mean, you get your investment, you hold your tokens, you find a good project, just stick with it, man. Stick with it. It doesn't have to be my project, be any project, right? That's good. Stick with it. Let the investment. And the more people that do that, the better it is for everybody. Because nobody really wins outside of a few people, right? In the degen play, we watch all these beautiful cryptocurrencies come out, and they all have the same damn thing happen, right? Everybody's got the same mentality. Oh, got to make our money, take our profits, and run, right? And then by the time everybody takes their profits, it gets crushed. 80 or 90% of the people that invest, they get crushed because only about 5 or 10% of the people are good enough to know how to read the blockchain, and they do their thing. They get in and out. And it's a weird space. It's emotional, but again, you find a good project, you can put your money in there, just hang on to it and support it. Quit being a degen. Be a degen on shitcoins. But if you find good projects, guys, just hang on to them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how you.
That's how your other people around you. I mean, Jesus, because people don't realize the price is based upon your fellow people. It's not based upon the token. It's other people's money. Be respectful. Be kind. If we treat each other nicely, there'll be profit there for everybody, right?
MKit, have we talked? Have you been to the part of the conversation with like the whole narrative of the culture coin versus meme coin? That idea.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about it?
We're weird. We're a meme coin. Gotti's a meme coin, but we're designed for Main Street, and then so I'm trying to bridge exactly the both, of the meme coin space and get the culture of an investment. I mean, because at the end of the day, cryptocurrency is all an investment. I mean, if you think about it, every meme coin is a store of wealth. Some of them are really shitty stores of wealth, and they'll take your wealth, but is that not if you don't have utility, and then even utility tokens, you could argue they're still a store of wealth, because at the end of the day, all you have is your token. Right. It doesn't matter what that project is doing, and they may link it to it, but at the end of the day, as an investor, all you have is that token. All you can do is buy or sell. And then that thing in between is what we call holding, right? That's the only option. I mean, this isn't rocket science, but people tend to make like, it's got a great fundamental. Okay. Tokenomics have a huge play, but again, at the end of the day, your cryptocurrency is based upon the people that you put into it. And, I'm always a firm believer. We at this point, you got to go quality over quantity, because you get a lot of quantity, and you know what happens. There's no quality.
Yeah, I think that we see that, and that's why it's really important that we go through phases of like the cleansing, right, within the market, where where things get real bad. A project might take an 80% downturn, and then you find out which projects, whether that's done by design or whales give up or whatever, but you find out which projects have staying power, which communities are loud enough to keep it strong, or whether they take over or just rally together and bring it back to life, whatever it may be. But I mean, that's what we need to remember, is that there are times in our market, in this ecosystem, where we need to get rid of the bad actors. We need to get rid of the serial ruggers and all that stuff. And that's what the prolonged bear markets are about. That's what the dips when we think we should be going up are all about. I mean, it's all, in my opinion. Somebody, it's funny, I say that. Now I'm going to question it. Every time I fucking say, in my opinion, I'm going to think about this, because I saw someone tweet this morning that said, there is no need for anybody to say, in my opinion, because what you say is your opinion just by nature. So stop saying that. So now that's something I've got to think about every time I say, well, in my opinion.
I'm exactly the same. GM.
What is up, Doug?
It's like when you say buy a token lower and then sell it higher. I'm not giving financial advice. Of course, that's financial advice. That's the best financial advice. Let me make some money here, Right. In my humble opinion, if you buy a token lower and you sell it for higher, you will make money, Go for it, man. I ripped you guys.
I love that. What's up, Dougie?
All good. Enjoying the sunshine. Oh, no. Wait, that was last week. Yeah, it's miserable. It's raining again.
Cold and rainy in the UK. Wouldn't expect anything less.
Summer is over. Summer is over.
Always.
Do you have a weekend? Were you working on a car this weekend?
No, not this weekend. No, luckily I've actually had a weekend off. It was Mel's nan's 70th anniversary or something. So we good excuse to go out, have a meal, have a few drinks, and just enjoy the weekend.
Excellent. You looking at any what cryptos you looking at on at today? I guess everything's pumping, right? Nothing is down.
Well, yeah. So I was going to go into a few. I was going to go into. I say go into a few. I was going to top up a few of my bags, and I've started working on the Phantom wallet again now after my last mishap with that. But no, everything's sort of pumping. So I've decided to load into stables and just be a bit patient. And
wait for a dip.
Wait for a dip.
There you go. Love to see on. I got the daily open. Biggest gainers of the day. Love to see Pendle up there for all my other fans in that one. Then what else? VeChain about almost 13% today. Love to see VeChain in the 3-cent range. Can't wait till that thing ripping back up.
IMX as well, STX. I saw that. I think even Injective was up at around 10%, and even our beam bags. Finally, Jay, our beam's moving.
Finally. It's still only a penny and a half. Ugh.
Yeah, it still hurts.
One of these days, can the beam gods, what is this? The Web3 gaming gods? Can you do something, please? Can you just do something, please?
We need Bullbag Becker to start speaking about it.
What'd you call him?
Bullbag Becker. He's a fucking bullbag, isn't he?
I thought he was talking Lord of the Rings, Bilbo Beckons. I'm like, what are we talking here?
Bobo Baggins.
Well, whatever it is.
Bilbo Baggins.
I like to call it Bobo. I think that's not correct. I think it is Bilbo.
No, there's a weird. You go to Arkansas, there's a lot of Bobos around here, so
Dude, that's one of my favorite terms for. I was like, man, what a Bobo.
Has anybody this weekend got into one of the Trump memes? I suppose there's what was one of them I heard was ear. Is it ear? Ear now?
No.
It didn't go to a bloody 100 million.
I did.
Yeah, it did, man. Someone posted, I saw this morning scrolling my timeline. They're like, if you followed me and called these, like when I called these three, they were just different Trump ones. He's like, he'd be up huge. He was showing his wallet, whether or not it was true, but it was like crazy the amount of coins that just like launched. I don't know how people have the time to just, so you're sitting there, you're scrolling, you see something, and you're immediately just like, let's make a fucking coin right now.
It's almost like they're
a little factory set. That's all they
pumped up fun open.
Isn't Pumped Up Fun shutting down?
No, that was just a joke. They came out they said it on the whatever day, and then they were like, "You think I would never leave you like that?" It's like, fuck, I just wish you would. So there's just less places launching meme coins.
Man. Yeah, there's a lot of those things. I believe it's like they're like farms, right? And they're just like big groups, organized token droppers, and they were doing like NFTs like that too. It's all just bullshit.
Where are these people, and where's our fucking invites to these cabals?
I have seen. I was reading about this, like an algorithm bot sort of thing. It was quite a while back now, but what it was doing was it was monitoring like news articles, like how often something was searched, and then it was coming up into like the social media that's being talked about or searched about a lot. Yeah, that's it.
Well, I mean, well done by whoever thought to even organize that shit.
Now the next question is, what about AI? I'm a wee bit nervous. Is AI already making tokens and things like that?
Oh, absolutely. So I actually had seen a tweet this weekend. It was a thread about something. It was kind of like you really got to be paying attention to what you're seeing, because not only is AI launching coins, but AI is also like, there are accounts on Twitter that are basically all AI run, and they promote, shill, engage, all that kind of stuff. And so, I mean, a lot of times you're dealing with bots, not actual people behind these accounts. But now, much like, I don't know if you guys saw the Nvidia or whatever, I forget, like that chip, whatever it was, like several months ago, where, now like AI in video games, instead of having like, the predetermined route, like the whole example was the guy went into the ramen shop, and you control the conversation, and like the outcome is whatever whatever you put in because of the AI. Like, it's not, predetermined responses anymore. And I think you're going to see that with social media. You're going to see, I mean, obviously we all saw the video, whatever the next evolution of ChatGPT with the video, I think it was ChatGPT or whatever it was, right? With the video, where you basically you're going to put like videographers out of business. Like, it's absolutely insane how real and amazing, you can now start to create these videos. So now you narrate them, you've got this video. People are going to have a hard time determining what's real and what's not in the future because of AI, in my opinion.
Well, we've definitely incorporated AI with some of our promotional videos, just because.
Good. I love
Why
AI.
not? I mean, it's like it's like, we can put that information out. It's done beautifully. I'm not having to spend $35,000, $50,000 to some publishing company to put this kind of quality out. Somebody does to spend a little time, render it, and we make sure we have all the correct information in there that we want, and let the AI have at it. Because I'm like, well, shit.
These large language models have got so smart now. I mean, if you can use them to your advantage, not a lot of people can't compete with it.
Absolutely. Gringo, what's up, fam? How are you?
Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. I just wanted to add to this. My theory and some of the evidence I'm seeing, your NFTs will be basically plug and play. So I think people are really underestimating how valuable NFT IP will become. Because with AI, you'll be able to essentially plug and play with your NFTs, and AI is going to scale these Web3 games very, very soon. So humans aren't even going to write code that much anymore. And that's actually what the head of NVIDIA said at his, that last big event they held. And so I think what we're going to see is you'll be able to plug and play your NFTs in with the IP, and to make music videos, cartoons, be in movies. It's just unlimited use cases, and they're in such small quantities that you'd think about it. The entire entertainment industry, media, they're all going to want your assets. So in my opinion, it's just NFT IP is so undervalued whenever you have text to video AI already out. And so imagine you plug in your NFT, let's say an ape, like a Bored Ape or Mutant Ape, for example. You can put that in games and let AI write code for you and scale it and make content, and then you can sell that. And of course, you could always lease out your NFTs or sell them in the marketplace. But that was just my 2 cents. Oh, and one more thing. You mentioned earlier about how we're all in this together. We don't really want to dump on each other. That's one of the main reasons I'm so heavily invested in NFTs, is because at this point, it's the only people in this space are other sophisticated investors that know about Web3. So you're not dumping on each other when you do sell. And on top of that, my goal is I want Wall Street to be my exit liquidity. I don't want to dump my fellow friends. So anyway, that's my 2 cents.
That's great. I think, but so it's funny when you think about the dumping on our friends, and like, we have to make sure that, even if like you have to sell, right? Because people do need liquidity all the time. Like, there's responsible ways to do it. But I think, it's really funny. One of the things that we talk about is obviously with like, developing, these communities, and we're changing the way that we invest, and inherently, like, we're starting to become emotional with our investments, which is like the number 1 no-no, right? Like, well, maybe the number 2 or 3 no-no, like, you shouldn't invest more than you can afford to lose kind of stuff. Like, those are obviously the number 1 things, but marrying your bags or becoming emotionally attached is a no-no. But that we're doing that by forming these communities and hanging out with our people all day. And so it is crazy to think that, like, hey, if I do need some liquidity, like, I am going to be dumping my bags on my friends. Hopefully you do it responsibly, though. I think there's ways to manage that without nuking the chart.
Of course, it's much different than these meme coins where you see people on Solana, and I'm not going to crap on Solana completely because I am invested. I do have NFTs. However, it's part of that culture was people were bragging about it, making newbies their exit liquidity. And I think that's disgusting. So we want to onboard them and retain them in the space and grow the space, not run them off and brag about it. So, yeah.
That's a good point. I think there's probably ways for people to
just like frame the way that they're making money.
Yeah. Again, your bedside manner is whatever, right? Like, some people are a bit more matter of the fact. I think is when we start to introduce the concepts, people, and again, like we say, onboarding, it has a negative connotation sometimes to me, right? Like, this isn't like a new job and we're trying to go through the training and seminars and stuff. But but at the end of the day, like, it is true, and that's how markets work, is like, at the end of the cycle, like, when people cash out and take their profits, like, most of the time the people that are buying at that particular point are the late ones to the game, so they are the exit liquidity. We just need to find better ways, right?
Well, in my opinion, with newbies, for example, I just tell them buy Bitcoin and just learn the space slowly. You can buy a little Solana and play with meme coins, but do not make that your main bag, because you have people that are gambling their rent money. And I don't want that space either. And so that's the thing, is like, if you look at Bitcoin, over the past 6 months, any newbie that bought is still technically profitable. Well, that's the responsible way to onboard, in my opinion, and then kind of teach them. And especially NFTs, I don't think that's not for many new people at all. And but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say
that. Don't say that.
yeah, my bad. I already said
put $1 in the my opinion jar.
Yeah, I did.
That's funny. I think, making money off NFTs, I don't know if that's really even a thing anymore. I don't know. Moving forward.
It's not right now. No, I'm building for that. I'm building for the future. Well, in my opinion, though, you see Van Eck, they had a Pudgy Penguin as their PFP. I see signs through my research that Wall Street is starting to adopt Web3 and NFTs. It's just going to take time. So I'm not saying right now people should get in them, especially new people.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting. If because I did not know that Van Eck used a Pudgy as a PFP, but that is one thing that we've always said, is that no matter where we think the NFT market is going, people will always. No matter who, whatever, what. Some people use their face, but it's at some stage or in some platforms, whatever, you use something as a PFP that potentially, I think, as NFTs as they are designed, it's a great application for it, right? But ultimately, at the end of the day, NFTs as we know them was just the beta test for the larger scale of what the potential should be. Right now we understand that, and maybe you say now, if institutions are starting to adopt NFTs, now it's their time to go through the learning curve of self-custody, understanding the whole management system, and transactional,
Absolutely.
all that stuff. And then after that, now, you know, we as the early adopters of retail, and then you've got the early adopters of the institutional, we've gone through the lumps and figured it out. Now the ecosystem grows and matures, and it's, you know, our homes, you know, the RWA thing comes to fruition, you know, titles to
Absolutely.
cars, all that stuff. The ecosystem
Property
grows up.
is everything. Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the thing. BlackRock, Goldman Sachs, they're talking about RWA, but as well, it's just, that's what I said earlier about why my plan is to use Wall Street as my exit liquidity, because I know they're getting into this space. And with gaming, for example, look at the top 10 gaming companies by market cap, you know, in the stock market. 8 out of 10 of them, I believe, are in Web3 gaming now. So I personally believe Web3 gaming is inevitable. Microsoft is even in Web3 gaming. Sony's building a blockchain. So, I mean, just, you know, I'm just connecting the dots behind the scene. Then you look at Futureverse. They are partnered with Warner Brothers and Readyverse for Ready Player 2, the film, which will be directed by Steven Spielberg, which is the sequel to Ready Player 1, the entire metaverse thing. But of course, that movie, I believe, is a cautionary tale, the first film, because that was a centralized metaverse. Whereas what Futureverse is building is an open, decentralized metaverse. And I strongly believe, based off my research, that at one point, all of these Web3 gaming metaverse projects, from Other Side to, you know, to Futureverse, they're all going to connect, and they'll have rifts or portals to and from each other. And I already see evidence of that as well. A lot of the big television makers, I think LG was one of them, they're developing smart TVs with Web3 integrated into them. So it's almost like your televisions will become portals to the open metaverse, as well as, you know, VR and AR devices. So I personally am very, very bullish on Web3 gaming and the open metaverse in general. And I think you'll see them all connect. So
let me ask you a question. As far as because before, let's see, let's maybe go like 2-3 years ago, right? I had the YouTube channel I had, Meta Money, was specifically focused on the metaverse, right? And it did a lot of research, a lot of looking into this. We talked to a lot of, I think I ultimately did my 10,000 hours. So I became an expert, right? And it's been a number of years, but I think the whole idea was, you know, at that point, you know, we were 10 to 15 years away from seeing anything even remotely close to what Ready Player One, right? Being in the oasis, if you will. So it's been a couple of years now. What do you think? What is our timeline until we have a product that is comparable to what we saw in Ready Player One with the oasis?
We are way closer than 2 years ago. And that being said, with AI, as we talked about previously, the head of NVIDIA said that basically humans won't be writing code. Well, then that means AI will, and there'll be AI factories, quote unquote, that will scale the open metaverse, in my opinion. And I think you already see that with Futureverse, for example. They already have AI brains that you can plug into their NFTs and play in their metaverse. And I beta test these and I play test these games. So it is much closer to people realize, especially the Readyverse. If you look at Readyverse, the graphics almost look like Fortnite, and that is their own. I think that's going to be a bridge, you know, from the Web 2 world to the Web 3 world. And so I think it's much closer than people realize, especially when you consider that AI is going to help scale and write the code. It could happen so fast. But right now, as we're speaking, what that film's in development for Ready Player 2, that's supposed to release 2025. So I think we could see the beginning of all of this really start around 2025. If, you know, it's all being beta tested right now, but I think when that film hits, we're going to see mass adoption of the open metaverse, but we'll see.
Interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I will say, for the only time in my entire life, do I actually prefer, and I listened to the audiobook, I didn't actually read the book, but the audiobook narrated by Will Wheaton, I thought was absolutely incredible and far superior to the movie. I will say it, in my opinion.
Books usually are, you know, they're usually much better.
I would argue that my entire life has been the opposite, that it's always been the movie for me. But for this particular case,
and there are exceptions, of course. Yeah.
But so we'll see what number 2. Usually number 2 is a suck fest as far as movies go, but are there any number 2s that were better than number 1?
Not.
Well, I guess this could, but technically, like the way that Gringo was explaining it, like this could sure, by its title it will be a sequel, but it could technically not be a sequel at all, where they literally are flipping the script and they're talking about it from being like a totally decentralized world with
That's interesting.
obviously just like villains from the inside, right? Where it's like not actually a true sequel.
Huh.
That's true because it's going to be by nature. If they're working with Futureverse, then they're going for the decentralized route. And I really believe we're going to see IP in there because when I look at, by the way, with Futureverse, this is not, I'm not some insider. This is pure speculation and me connecting the dots. If you go to the Futureverse marketplaces, you see apes in there, you see pudgy penguins, you see cool cats. I believe they're all working on this together behind the scenes. And you're going to see Sugar Town, I believe, with Zynga Games. I believe we're going to see a lot of these projects connect. Walker World, that's one that's a beautiful looking AAA game that's tied to all of this. They already showed in their videos, their trailers a year ago of Fluff World assets falling into their metaverse. And now they're working and their assets are listed on the Futureverse marketplaces. There's only 2 of them right now, by the way, which one is Tradeverse, the newest one. And then the first one was Mark. And so if you look on those, specifically Mark, if you look on that marketplace, you'll see apes and pudgy penguins and cool cats. So I think they are behind the scenes. These open metaverse projects are all working on interoperability. They're all going to connect. And like you said, I think the Ready Player 2 film, if they do take that approach where it's going to be more decentralized rather than the centralized approach of the first film, it could be a very different film. It's not even a sequel then, because they're changing the philosophy of what the metaverse is. And so, I think it's very exciting times.
I'm intrigued. I didn't even know they were coming out too. I'm excited about that now. Now the question is, Mr. Dude, are you more excited about Ready Player 2 or Moana 2?
I did not know that there's going to be a Moana 2. I am instantly now probably more excited because, I've been standing at the far of the water long as I can remember.
We need Corey used to, man, back in the day when Corey used to come hang out with us.
Too. That's how I started out here, was with the singing, man. We were saying those Disney songs. Yeah. Good memories.
I know, man. Back in the day, we used to sing every day. Every day we'd bust into a song.
84 years.
I know the DJ community is big Disney fans because their favorite song is "Let It Go." Because man, they got that down to a science.
Why? Because we like the G.
Yeah.
Let
his hands
cry to the blue corner.
Let us G. You can't control my hand anymore.
I think you should sing the whole song there, B. Frank.
The whole thing about selling too early, about having lettuce hands. What's up, Frank? How are you, brother?
Oh, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I just heard somebody keep saying AI is going to write all the code, and it kind of bothered me there for a second. It's like, do y'all really trust AI writing code? Like, all of us just forgetting how to write code, and we just going to trust AI to do it? Like, boy.
Fair. And maybe not 100%. I mean, you're right. We should watch it.
But it's hey, I think to me, this is like artists using auto-tune, right? Same thing.
Hey,
Great point.
It's got to work with it, right? Not just make it work with you.
As an
what we got? We got Koran exclusive up here, man. What's your take on all this? Alien should follow you. I mean, we're pretty weird, so we could get that going.
Hi guys, how's everybody doing?
Good, brother. How are you?
I love the topic. So first, I love Web3 gaming. I used to be a pro gamer back then, so the games themselves suck, but the whole idea of things are like really good. I think some games are kind of fun, but they're not there yet. The earning aspect is horrible, but that's what it is, I'm 36, so I joined esports like way back then. Now it's something you can talk to your parents about. In my time, you used to get beaten by our parents. Like, what? Like, shut up, go to school. So that's Web3 right now, Like, same thing with like AI. I like to, like talking to parents and explaining to them, hey, you remember like a year and a half ago, there was something called ChatGPT? I'm like, yeah, sure, yeah, I remember that. Well, look what happened today. Like from image to voice and videos, that's something I feel people aren't fully aware, you know? Sure, right now, like I own, by the way, like marketing agencies, all that fun stuff. Yeah, AI makes things hard. The difference is that right now, like a coder, right? Or a sales, marketing, whatever kind of professional, the AI is not there yet that it will do the work for you and give you things if you don't teach it. But if you know sales and marketing, whatever, and you say, hey, give me this kind of sales pitch with, you know, like thinking with like Jordan Belfort, et cetera, it's going to give you something really good. If you're looking 1.5 years, how much progress it's been done. Like 2 years ago, we didn't know ChatGPT, and now AI is a real hot topic. I'm not saying it's concerning, but yeah, it's gonna like soon it's gonna be a better marketing lawyer, coder than most of us. I think it's exciting, especially in gaming. Imagine like playing World of Warcraft with actual AI characters. But lastly, business-wise, it really enables everything. Since I'm in that space, I also don't want to be throwing out my ideas away, but I'll say this, right? Imagine like every single thing that you see like on Web 2, there is an opportunity to do it again and better with AI. And the only two things I would say, and I learned the hard way, be careful with other companies because they may develop things pretty quick. You know, I'm a genius, so I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go compete with Midjourney and Leonardo. Boom! I put like a bunch of money down the same week. Canva, like Microsoft, everybody released their like image, like text image. I was like, great. I'm not even gonna keep going. I'm just gonna quit. Like I'm gonna take the loss. I did. I took the loss. It's way cheaper than keep going. So my point with that experience was that you have to foresee what companies offer already. Like Canva didn't have text to speech, text to image. But is it something that they can add AI wise, like capabilities, and expand? If so, try to be safe. Otherwise, try to see what you can do, add AI to it in your industry, and launch something. You know, like take over the world. That's our time right now. I'll end here.
No, it was good, man. One of the things that you had said was, pretty much anything that you can do in the Web 2 world, AI can assist with. And I feel like if you think about what Web 3 is as well, let's take one step even farther. Like everything that you can do in Web 2 can be done in Web 3, and a lot of it needs to be built. And so this is just something that I was thinking about when you said that. Was like, a lot of people say like, well, where can I, like, how do I get a start in Web 3? I mean, it's like, what do you do in like the normal world? Chances are there's an opportunity for you to build that here, or
100%.
And so like AI is an amazing tool. Obviously, it's a scary tool if built incorrectly by the wrong people, but it definitely can help. Facilitate a lot of people's understanding of Web3, or at least maybe transition what they do. Because that's like one of my favorite conversations to have, say with an Uber driver or with someone about Web3 that maybe doesn't get the concept. Is you just try to relate it to whatever it is that floats their boat, or whatever they do in the real world. I know we call it the real world, but in the Web 2 world.
Also, he brought up World of Warcraft. People don't really realize that was really the first closed metaverse, and it's been around for how long now? Almost 20 years. So people don't understand that Web3, we're talking about blockchains that are forever. So your NFTs and these Web3 games early on right now, sure, the games aren't great, but they're historic because the open metaverse will exist 100 years from now. You can hand down your assets to your great-grandchildren, for example. That's what we're talking about here. And so I like to tie that together with normies. Like, look at World of Warcraft. It has been around 20 years. You don't think it's going to be around another 20? What do you think Web3 is going to do? And by the way, Web3 is also how AI is going to scale safely. You basically need Web3 to scale AI safely because you need it to be decentralized and immutable and transparent. So
one of the things that you said there, it really makes you to really think, because there's the narrative about NFTs not coming back, right? Like, oh, they're never coming back. But I think something that you just said there was right. And if you look at, say, the Bored Apes, and I'm gonna look at NFTgo.io and see what the floor is on these things. I think it's like 9 something, if I'm not mistaken.
Last time I checked, it was like 90.
Yeah, I believe they bottomed, but we'll see.
So, and that's what I'm saying. Like, this is like the opportunity of a lifetime, in my opinion. If you've got, 9.5 ETH or whatever the floor, 10 ETH, whatever you could get one for. I mean, you have to think about what you just said, where when IP in media or whatever, entertainment, whatever it happens to be, becomes like a big part of how that works, because everything will be digital, move to that world. These Bored Apes, Pudgy Penguins, what else? What other collections are the ones that really set the tone of premier?
I believe parallel avatars are up there. For example,
what is it?
You guys are saying so many key things.
Parallel avatars. Parallel, that's a Web3 game, trading card game right now, but they're building basically a metaverse with their new game Colony, which your avatars will be 3D in that metaverse, and they're using AI, and I guess their AI is getting so advanced they're building their own blockchain to kind of contain it, from what it sounds like, because it's so powerful. I think I heard one of the developers say they had they had their AI avatar NFT go inside the metaverse, and you can have jobs inside of there. Well, it wanted to be a stand-up comedian, and so inside of there you can get tips from other AI robots or AI NFTs. And so the joke it told was, why don't people trust atoms? Because they make up everything. That's a dad joke, but it was an AI NFT that made that joke in a metaverse. And so I think it's going to scale just in crazy amounts. So sorry to interrupt everyone.
No, dude, no, that was
Watch out, Dave Chappelle. Watch out, Dave Chappelle. AI is coming for your job, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Kieran.
So 2 things. Full disclaimer, by the way. So I was the advisor and CMO for Galexis. So I am 100% on board with the vision that Web3 is the future. And it's like I try to explain to people, aka parents, like that's the best one, right? Imagine a website like the ones that we use today. Or, if you're a little bit older, it's like, oh, why do you need like text messaging on a cell phone? Like you call people. Nowadays, your own parents won't even like answer the phone. They're like, nah, text me. So, people get it wrong when they begin. There are multiple levels to Web3. Some people are like, oh, just Bitcoin. That's cool. If you're there, that you're already further than 90% of the people. But if people think, oh, you're investing in crypto, that's wrong. Like, that's not really the best like view, right? But if you're investing in the technology, the infrastructure that's powering Web3, now we're talking, because there's so much that is really being built up. And we just got to wait for the technology to be adopted from like universities, business, school users, etc. Lastly, it's a little funny, but like really, imagine those Web3 games. I think Gringo was saying how it's like forever in the blockchain and so on, or somebody said it, which is true. Imagine those castle games, League of Kingdoms, for example. I got like over 1 million soldiers. Imagine in the metaverse now, sending those 1 million soldiers, AI conscious, attacking somebody else's metaverse. I mean, like legit, like 1 million soldiers stealing people's NFTs in their like metaverse walls and shit. Like, I don't know. Will that happen?
Imagine this. Imagine go back in time when we were kids. Like I'm in my 40s, so I was the very beginning of gaming. Imagine if you could hold your assets as NFTs throughout your entire childhood, all the way up until today. What would they be worth? That is what's going to happen.
Bro, half of the gamers would not have girlfriends. They would just have like an NFT girlfriend.
The gamers don't have girlfriends.
Well, yeah, the other half means
okay.
That's why.
Or they'd be so rich. They'd be so rich they wouldn't matter.
That's why I will kill humanity, bro. Like people are just gonna be like, want to date? Nah, I'll pass. Like ChatGPT 17 got me. Like we're good.
But ChatGPT doesn't talk back.
It will soon enough.
Yeah. It does if you prompt it right. No, I'm kidding. Those
you don't like my hair?
Nah, seriously, do not get prompts from 4chan, guys. Don't do it. Just kidding.
I bet you AI will still get the "does this outfit make me look fat?" question wrong.
How dare you?
You know, that's a really funny thing. The next time my wife asks me how her outfit looks, I will consult my chat GPT, which, by the way, what do we name B? We'll say B because it was spelled B-E-E, right? If I'm not mistaken. Dolly wanted to be called B.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. So next time I ask B, I will ask her, does that outfit make my wife look good? And this way, we'll just see what ChatGPT says.
I would say I have a couch for you, but I don't even have a couch myself. So,
oh, the crypto life. You'll get through
it. You know what? I'm just going to ask it right now. Quick question. My wife wants to know if she looks good in that dress.
You know she's in the room right now, right?
Yeah. Will you
say, yeah, wait, cover your ears.
Help me answer her? Okay, here we go.
Like actually on the edge of my seat here.
Wait, it literally just repeated exactly what I just typed in.
It's too controversial.
Yeah, it's like I ain't touching that.
Nope,
like you're dumb. I'm not answering.
Bro, you are on your own here.
That question is not for AI.
Like, I'm not answering that.
No, it's smart. You know how smart that is? It answers your question with a question. That's genius.
That's deep.
So there, that is your answer then. That's what you're supposed to say as well. Do you think you look good in that dress?
So what we've learned then is this chat GPT must be a woman if it's answering a question with a question.
Oh man, you guys are hilarious.
You know it's a woman that did it when it comes back and says, "No, you tell me."
Yeah, literally. Now I'm in an argument. I'm seriously in a fight with my chat GPT. So I was like, no. Like I was asking you. I was asking you for the answer, and then it would just keep repeating the question. It's like, no, I'm asking you.
Say to that. Say Grok. Grok would answer me.
Oh, can make it jealous. Make it jealous.
How's that GROK, right?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, when they ask me like, do I look fat, etc., I'm like, look in the mirror, baby. You don't need me to tell you. The mirror will tell you everything.
Oh man, that's dangerous.
Oh, but I look like this and like that. Well, babe, look. That's for all of us. If we're not going to the gym, we're gonna feel that way. But that doesn't change anything. But hey, if you feel like it, definitely like hit the gym, shit, like girl power, like equality and shit. Go hit the gym, like equality shit.
I just say, like, look, I understand how you're feeling right now, but I just want you to know that, like, I don't care. Like, I think you look amazing. So, but I understand like how you're feeling, and
I live in Sweden too. I try to keep it real. If you feel like I'm out of shape, like, well, maybe you are like not hitting the gym, then go hit the gym if like it makes you feel better. What the hell? Like, I mean, you say it nicely and everything, but at the end of the day, like, if you need 2 mirrors to look at yourself, maybe you need bigger mirrors. Or and one thing
you don't tell your wife is this. If she says, "Do I look fat in this picture?" you don't say, "Well, Shamu uses that for the before photo."
Yeah, no, that would get yourself in trouble, big trouble. Okay, here we go. We finally, I not convinced, but I got B to understand for some reason that she was B, and she goes, "Oh, I get it now." And she says, "Hey, Justin, your wife looks absolutely stunning in that dress. Definitely let her know she looks fantastic." That's what.
Now ask it. Are you sure?
Are you sure?
This is the best hour on X, people. Everybody just needs to be here every day. Tell your friends.
Now the question is, I don't know if it's a woman now. It may be you trying to steal your woman. That's what it sounds like.
Girl, you say you're a lesbian. Well, me too.
He listens.
Absolutely. Your wife looks amazing in that dress. She should definitely go with it. Go with it, honey. B said so.
I'm the jealous type. I'm like, wait, have you seen my wife? Wait, what? Nah. I'm not paying the light bill.
Yeah, you were sleeping on the couch tonight with the lid closed.
Wait a second. Are you hitting on my wife? That's what I'm saying. No, absolutely not. Just giving an honest opinion to help you out. If you think she looks great, trust your own judgment.
Imagine if you replies the whole Cardano, he has no wife.
Like AI started backtracking. What?
Yeah, dude. She backstepped.
He's like, I don't want none
quick.
of this smoke. We don't want. I don't want none of this smoke.
It's smart.
Definitely a woman.
Yeah, so smart.
I love this. You guys are amazing. Thanks for putting up with me. Appreciate you being here. I didn't do a commercial halfway through. Darn it. So we'll do it towards the tail end here. Hey guys, appreciate you tapping into Web3 Breakfast. Thank you so much for joining us. We do come to you every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. So go ahead. If you watch on X, hit the heart. If you're watching on YouTube, smash the like. You know what to do. Love you being here. Thank you so much. Yeehaw. That was supposed to be
brought to you by Bitcoin Nashville.
Yes. Can't wait. Go ahead, Frank.
Is Trump still speaking?
Yes, confirmed.
Is he going to? Oh, yes, awesome. He's still going to be there. Great.
I heard that they're lining up an interview with the Web3 Breakfast crew as we speak.
Yeah, they reached out.
That's us, guys. That's us.
Yeah, they reached out.
If we start the rumor and the rumor gets big enough, they'll feel obligated to do it.
Yeah, so tell your friends. Every single one of them.
We need to come together. We need to come together and create a crypto kids bop.
You know, he's not in here, is he? That was a project Corey and I were going to work on. Where is Corey these days?
I saw him. X doesn't lie. It tells you where your friends are. You're just in another space. Listen to one of these. X is always like, your friend is in this other space. Like, what the hell, man? Why aren't they in my space?
Prick. That's all right. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. I love Corey.
We love you, Corey.
We love you guys. Well, what do we think? Let's get those.
One other thing you mentioned before about NFTs, just before I forget, you mentioned how, apes and all these are so low in pricing now. Just on a side note, if you notice, research these blue chip NFTs, less than 1 or 2% are listed, period. So who's holding?
Okay. Okay. All right. This is my conspiracy theory. We can go for this. And you know what? I don't have shit to do except for go to the gym and then go to our storage facility today. So if we run a little long, we run a little long. I want to talk about this. This is something that's been on my mind for a little while.
What's been grinding your gears, bro?
I'm not really grinding my gears. This is a conspiracy theory I want to start. Whatever happened to the Amazon NFT marketplace? Obviously, the timing of the market didn't pan out well, but there was mysteriously just vanished, disappeared with no other trace, right?
And what about the New York Stock Exchange NFT marketplace?
Right. What about now we see these Bored Apes at under 10 ETH. Like, it's a little more achievable for most people. A couple $100,000 is not achievable for many people, especially for a picture. But now they are a little bit more achievable. And I think as we start to maybe hear some rumblings of the market change, maybe these marketplaces are going to start coming back. Maybe they're the ones who bought up the supply. Because I will tell you, I tried to sell my mutant for a couple weeks, and it just, the floor was really wonky. It just seemed like a lot of the sales were fucking artificial. And I'm just saying, like, I don't know. It seemed like it was a strange thing. So I'm wondering if they've bought up the supply. They're kind of just playing monkey fucking games with, like, what is it called? Where you buy it on yourself and you sell it on yourself. What the fuck is that called?
Wash trading.
Thank you. And it's just wash trading to keep the market alive, keep things churning. And then when the marketplaces come out, bam, then all of a sudden, we're listing Bored Apes at 7 ETH instead of a 5.
I thought that was called
That's why I'm accumulating.
Is that DeFi where you sell on yourself and then buy back? Is that what it was?
Yeah. Just standard DeFi.
Well, but also realize NFTs are digital free ports. Mm-hmm. So think about, like, in Miami, the fine art world, like with very wealthy elite people, they buy fine art as tax write-offs and they store it in facilities. And if it's stored in a facility, it's a tax write-off. I think we're going to see stuff like that implemented with Web3, with NFTs specifically, because you already see Sotheby's and Christie's. They have NFT marketplaces that are active right now in the fine art world with ordinals and NFTs. So I absolutely agree with you. And, I'm a bit wacky in the conspiracy stuff, but is it really a conspiracy? We see how BlackRock moves. We see how Wall Street moves.
We do know that behind the scenes, there are people in the ecosystem that haven't said that they're in it yet. You just, and when you have billions and billions and billions of dollars, manipulation is very easy when there's no regulation too.
Exactly.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
And everything's emotional. Everything in this space between NFTs and crypto, it's all emotional. It's very easy to shake people out.
Very easy.
I mean, all you have to do is just create a little bit of negative sentiment, and everybody's like, "Oh, must sell."
And again,
right? If people scoop in and then they take their stuff,
and if some entity for whatever reason, 2.82% of the Bored Ape Yacht Club is listed right now. So if some entity does own a lot, it's very easy to control the ebb and flow, and so you can keep that price where you need it in order to have it where you want on launch day. When all of this, now again, I don't know if any of this is true. This is me making shit up, but it's just something that's been in the back of my head for a while. Like, whatever happened to all these things? Like, it was such a hot thing, the Amazon NFT market, and then vaporware, just gone.
And then look at the sentiment around NFTs. Media has programmed everyone to hate them. I was in a normie space the other night just for fun, and everyone hated me at first for talking about Web3 to NFTs. They were just all over me. I mean, I ended up making friends with people, but the sentiment is so low and it feels programmed. Like the media, we've seen it in other aspects of life, let's face it, where the media has so much influence and control. They have crushed sentiment. And what a coincidence. Now Wall Street's in behind the scenes. Why? Here's another big one for you. Are you guys familiar with AMGI Studio? They're the ones behind My Pet Hooligan. I found out somehow Tony Robbins is an investor in AMGI. So, and he has a lot of money, a lot of connections. So I think you're going to start seeing a lot of big players behind the scenes starting to get up into the NFT space again.
Well, and you're right. Like, is it starting to, or have they been doing it for 4 years of a shittiest market where they've been able to just slowly buy 1 here, 2 there, 5 there? There's also no attention, right? If you're just doing it in little chip away at it. And now all of a sudden, like Jay said, they could be like, we actually own them all. Here you go.
Well, if you're acquiring, you want to keep sentiment low. And that's just a fact for investors.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Because why would an investor want to pay you top dollar? That is a stupid investment. They want to pay you bottom dollar, so they do everything they can. And hell, they may have even sold some of them to lower the floor. I mean, if you have enough, that's what you do.
Yeah, if you have 100 of them, why not?
Yeah, lower the floor, come in, and then you buy 110 for less than money than you had. So you sell at the top, you get the extra money, and then you go in and you get an extra 10, 15 free Bored Apes, right? I mean, it's just a simple point.
Absolutely.
And you got the whole cast for the movie, plus you made a couple bucks.
Yep.
Free money, man.
Well, we need some of that free money. Well, let's figure out how to get some of that free money ourselves, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, projects can sponsor our space. Give us the monies. We will hold it for you.
And there are people sniping all these NFTs too. There are like private groups that they literally like, allegedly, somebody was in a group and they sniped it. Like, what was 20-30% of the ordinals.
Oh, really?
I saw it. Like, all jokes aside, one of the communities that I'm in, it was 2 people sniped 30% of it. Or some shit like that. I was like, what? That's crazy.
Look at Blur. Look at what happened with Blur. I mean, it basically wrecked the NFT market in some ways. It almost felt so manipulated. And it's like, I mean, I see this all day. I literally hunt rare NFTs all day. That's what I mostly do now. So I see this stuff. I'm like, I'm just a small fish. I'm nothing compared to this. But you see these big movements. You're like, who is this? When no one believes in NFTs right now.
Are you using tools to snipe? Are you part of communities? By the way,
I hunt on my own, man. I'm a lone hunter.
I'm not even though I am in these communities, I'm not gonna lie. I do so many things. I haven't had the time to dedicate it and all that. It's I'm one of those people that will pay to learn the magic trick, but not practice. But at least I know how it's done. So my point is,
it's brutally hard.
It's really tough, bro, for you to if you're looking and trying to go against it, it's tough because even when you get it right, you're probably going to only be able to purchase it 1 out of 5, 10, 20 times. Because how are you going to compete with these crazy bots that
it's almost
don't even press the button? It's a script, It's anyway, look into these communities too. I'm not saying to use what they use, but maybe it helps to get information. Again, I never drop token names or communities. I'm not pushing nobody's narrative.
Yeah, I'm not a paid shill at all. By the way, I am not.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to log into Crunchbase right now because apparently you can see who the 8 investors into Blur are.
Who are they? I want to track their wallets on the ledger, man. I want to see what all.
Let's see. So it shows this dude. So Andy, who's the founder and CEO of something, hype.eth. I'm just, looking at, it doesn't really like give me a whole bunch of really good information, because you got to think like, who are the people who brought this thing to market? Because now I'm not saying that they were, but let's go back to our conspiracy theory. But what if they were, several large organizations that said, hey, let's create this opportunity, this farming thing that's going to wreck the ecosystem. They'll give us all the NFTs back because they're going to get fucking squeezed out, because people are going to start going crazy, getting greedy, and then we'll control the supply. So let's launch this thing, give it a bunch of important people to promote it, and then wham bam, thank you, ma'am, we're in control of the supply. I don't.
Yeah, like who has more, Wall Street or these small NFT projects? BlackRock has 11 trillion assets under management. Like, they can't influence people. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, I think, behind the scenes.
I want to dig deep into this and figure this out. I mean, who knows? Like, again, it's probably just a conspiracy theory, but it's a fun little narrative to roll with until we know more.
For sure, man. I love this.
Part is conspiracy theories often are true. Look at UAPs and all that, and a lot of other things, actually. And
so
it does seem like BlackRock and a few other companies are playing that game too. The scary part, I would say, is what is their end game? Because they could play it however they want. They could get the Bitcoin and we all get it afterwards because it is, and then they just crash that and F us up. Or they could just continue like multiplying, getting ahead of like all of us.
Well, imagine if the movie Ready Player One comes true and everyone are vegetables on devices all day. Well, vegetables don't start wars, do they? Vegetables, they stay in line. And if they make CBDCs, well, then they control your spending and see everything you're doing as well. Maybe that's the end goal. I hope not. I don't think so. I think decentralization will win, but I don't think it's crazy to consider these things as conspiracies. I mean, that they're not conspiracies. I mean,
considering everything,
they're probably not.
Most things that we've thought were conspiracy theories, have turned out to be true. No, I say most. I don't know the statistics.
No, many. Though,
thank you.
Really,
many.
Yeah, you're right.
That's a better term to use. Many, not most.
For sure, though, you're right.
Well,
whilst we're talking on the subject of conspiracies and mentioning BlackRock, did anybody see the BlackRock advert that contained that had the guy in that tried to assassinate Trump?
Yeah, they admitted it in Forbes. There's a Forbes article. They said, yeah, he was in the video.
Does anyone think there's a correlation there?
So who knows, right? The whole thing is, there was another article or something that I read, or post, thread, who knows what it was, I can't remember, but it was also where, he tried out for like the rifle team at his high school, and they said he was such a bad shot, it was laughable.
I heard that as well.
I mean, it just seems a bit strange. You think the US has got 340 million people population-wise, and that one guy that was in the BlackRock advert.
When was it?
Just so
I will say this much: if all of our accounts are suddenly mysteriously banned and we cannot connect to one another again, then you guys are probably right with the conspiracy.
We'll see you on Telegram.
Yeah, I'm not touching with that 10-foot pole. I got some business I got to take care of. But
fair enough.
Yeah. I do not know these people. I do not know these people.
That dark-colored rock one more time, and we might trigger the algorithm, and then we all get our accounts whacked.
We're just joking, Feds. We are completely joking.
Yeah. And as the host, I just made a no-fly list. Thanks. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We're good. We've got now. I will tell you what, though. When we did Conspiracy Theory Week, we did we live streamed an entire week of shows about conspiracy theories, and I think it was, or we tried to. I think it was on Wednesday. Something I got. It was Wednesday the following week. I don't remember I don't remember the situation, but all I know is that we did a show. We talked about the C word several times, and I got banned from live streaming for 10 days for medical malpractice or medical misinformation. Excuse me, not malpractice.
Are you kidding? See, it's all connected. It has to be. Sorry, joking, Feds. Joking.
But just to clarify for everybody, Quran exclusive actually never talked. This is ChatGPT using 11 Labs to have a conversation. So good luck, like, arresting ChatGPT. And there's no way you can prove that it was Quran because it was 11 Labs using his voice, but with my AGI almost intelligence.
Can I give you guys a little pro tip? If you get censored, you found the truth. And that's all I'm going to say with that.
And
someone doesn't want your voice on.
I gotta run.
Yeah, and on that note, I hope that you all have a very wonderful rest of your morning and early part of the afternoon. We'll definitely be back at 4 p.m. Eastern today for the J Chains Crypto Show. So do something cool, do something great, make yourself better than you were this morning. And when we see each other this afternoon, you'll be halfway there, baby. Have a good day.
Hopefully we see you tomorrow.
Have a great day, guys.
Hopefully we'll be back.
Have a great day.
You never know. We may have gotten shut down. We'll see. Find out tomorrow.
Have a great day, guys and gals.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.